I'm Mark.
I'm Justin.
And we're My Loving Tiger.
We started this band 17 years ago. Now we're back.
And on a mission to revisit, re-record, and re-release every song we've ever written.
So come and join us.
Hello and welcome back to the channel.
In this video, we take a look at recording vocals for I Think That Was S.O.S.
This song's about cell phones. It's the idea that when you used to dial a phone number on a cell phone, it didn't make any tones. But if you dialed someone's phone number on a touch-tone phone, it made tones and would create a melody. And you potentially could memorize that melody, and that melody would be the phone number that you memorized.
If you got mega gain, you would sing your melody to people.
Yeah, you would sing people's phone numbers to each other.
Right.
That's how we communicated. But the cell phone ruined that. So it's just sort of a sarcastic look at what cell phones were doing at the time.
You know, I always thought the song was about how you can be physically close to somebody, like in the same house. But when you would send them a message, you would actually have to go out of your house to the tower, to a satellite, to a different tower, then get sent back down to their phone, like, hi, dinner's ready.
Right, and that's actually kind of what the bridge is about. The bridge is a joke on imperial measurements versus metric measurements. Distance, right, and the confusion that comes from that. But it also talks about being 1,000 miles away from someone digitally, but being only meters away from someone physically. And then in the end, you're only a foot or so away from someone. So it's a joke on measurements, but it's the idea that the signal gets sent to so many places and so far away just to send a message to someone that's physically so close to you.
You're not going to talk about how you're emotionally distant?
No, it has nothing to do with emotions at all. None of the songs are really emotion-based or relationship-based. This song is about cell phones.
So let's take a look at recording vocals.
As mentioned in previous vocal videos, we program our vocal guide track with a MIDI keyboard. The guide track is played in the headphones along with the music. This helps with hitting the right notes and remembering the melody if you forget it. Here is a sample of what the vocal guide track will sound like. First, I'll set up a loop of a small section to sing and record that small section multiple times.
Check, hey. Woo!
Isn't this a miracle invention? 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 A little bit of plastic and wire. A little bit of plastic and wire. A little bit of plastic and wire. Now if I could only remember. Now if I could only remember. Now if I could only remember. The notes in your telephone number. The notes in your telephone number. The notes in your telephone number.
Then I'll find the best take of each phrase and edit them all together to create the final completed section. This is what the final completed section sounds like when edited together and with basic preliminary effects applied. This is also the mix I hear in my headphones when I'm recording the vocals, but with the vocal guide track muted.
Isn't this a miracle invention? A little bit of plastic and wire. Now if I could only remember the notes in your telephone number.
Now I'll set up the loop for the next section and repeat that process.
I was searching for this. I was searching for this. was searching for this lost telephone moment. Lost telephone moment. Somewhere in this field. Somewhere in this field. Somewhere in this field. Signals growing ever so dramatic. Signals growing. Signals growing ever so dramatic. Signals growing ever so dramatic.
And here's the completed part.
I was searching for this lost telephone moment. Somewhere in this field. Signals growing ever so dramatic.
Now that I've completed both verses, I'll move on to the bridge.
There's 1,000 miles. There's 1,000 miles. There's 1,000 miles of string not wire. Of string not wire. Of string not wire. Unmeasured. Unmeasured. Measured. From me to you. From me to you. From me to you. In actuality, in actuality, in actuality, it's only a couple of feet, a couple of feet, a couple of feet.
And here's the completed bridge.
There's 1,000 miles of string on wire, unmeasured meters. From me to you, in actuality, it's only a couple of feet.
Then I move on to the chorus.
If I knew the sound it made, if I knew the sound it made, if I knew the sound it made, and I sang it for you, and I sang it for you, and I sang it for you, barring any impedance, barring any impedance, barring any impedance. Woo, woo. Would it sound the same for you? Would it sound the same for you? Would it sound the same for you?
And here's the completed chorus.
If I knew the sound it made, and I sang it for you, barring any impedance, would it sound the same for you?
And finally, I record the outro, which is incredibly repetitive.
If I knew the sound it made, if I knew the sound it made, if I knew the sound it made, knew the sound it made, if I 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 knew the sound it, if I knew the sound, oh, if I knew the sound it, sound, 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 if I knew the sound, sound, if I knew the sound, the sound, if I knew the sound it, if I knew the sound it.
And here is a completed outro.
If I knew the sound it made, 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 if I knew the sound it.
So that was recording vocals.
Comment below if you have unlimited text messaging.
Unlimited text. So head over to Spotify or listen here on YouTube to the final version of I Think That Was S.O.S. If you want to stay connected, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for notifications. Also, don't forget to follow us on all socials.
See you in the next video where we wrap up.
I Think That Was S.O.S.